Here we are with another episode of Ryan Mac Guidance. No. We're just here going through what we're going through. Ascending, moving on, and following our life path. So, I just wanted to talk about divine timing. And how everything happens according to where you are in frequency. My hair's all messy. Where you are in frequency with your life and what comes with the energy that you are giving off, and how the universe is working with wherever you are energetically, in your reality. So, we all go through certain aspects of our life differently. We run through relationships. I mean, I'm definitely a relationship-oriented person. Everything that I've been through from my teenage years up, there's been a woman in my life who has fucked me up. No, there's been a woman in my life that I've grown with for that aspect of where I've been in my reality. And that's just my reality. So, things that I've manifested in my life from a young age, you go through, you accomplish things, but you have this idea that they give you like a status. Like if you're in high school and you're a great athlete, and then what comes along with that is the attitude that you are something in the world, and you are able to attract women that are on that same frequency. So you'll attract somebody who thinks you're a superstar because in my case, I can kick soccer balls really good. And you smoke weed and you're whatever, like whatever makes you cool to that person, they vibrate on your frequency. So it's like divine timing for where you're at in your life. You're gonna bring in exactly what frequency you're on in another person. So it's the law of attraction, motherfucker. And when you get into relationships, you stay in them based off of where you're vibrating. So if you're in a relationship with somebody and you both love rap music, you both love to go to concerts, you both love to be homebodies, hey, you'll have that's what you'll attract, as long as you put it out into the universe that that's what you want to attract and that's what you're looking for, and it'll come right to you. If you're afraid of chicks, if you're afraid of relationships and you'd rather just fuck around and do that, you got Tinder. So then you find somebody else on that frequency and you connect with people that fuck around, and then you wonder why you're getting hurt, and you wonder why there's no love in the world for you. You're creating whatever you're receiving. So you got to take that into consideration when you're going on these dating sites where you meet someone and you're fucking them within a day of knowing them sometimes, but sometimes it could take a couple weeks. But it's like, what, like, are you talking to the person about what you see in the future, what you want in your future, whatever, however you go about the conversation, and the energy that you're putting out is what you'll get back, no matter what happens. I've gotten in altercations in my life, not like fist fights. I'm not much of a fighter, but if you tempt me, motherfucker, I'll kill you. No, if you get pissed off at somebody for something that you don't like that they're doing, and you express yourself in a way that is emotional and explosive, then that's what somebody else is gonna do. If you say, yo, I don't really like what you did, but it's okay or whatever, let's talk about it, and then you usually will solve it if you go about it in the way that will bring peace to situations. So I'm just going on a ramble here about living through your own frequency, but trying to heighten your frequency and understand, be consciously aware of what is going on in your reality, so that the things that are coming about in your life are coming from a place that is for your highest good, inside of your soul. So a lot of us understand that we do have a soul. A lot of us understand that there is a bigger purpose, but we don't practice what we preach, or it's like a good thing to bring to a conversation. I have a soul. I'm a deep individual. I am love. But you don't live that way. I mean, I'm just talking for myself. Like, I thought that since I did LSD and went to music festivals, I was a cool fucking dude. Like, I felt like so above, like, how most people consciously thought, and then, like, reality set in, and it's like, that's great that you consciously arose, but you have to continue. You can't just you can't keep doing the same things while your frequency is trying to expand, or shit can get a little twisted, and you can get caught in what you don't even, where you're not supposed to be. That's all. So we hold on to relationships, we hold on to friendships, because we don't want to have to face our fears of losing, and feeling like that abandonment feeling. Like, it is so strong inside of us, and like you feel guilty for letting go of people, you feel shameful for letting go, and you can remain civil with every human being that you come across, for the most part. Old friendships, if they go sour, just understand that not everybody is meant to stay in your life, and you don't have to hate people because it's just you hating something inside about where you are, or what you believe, or you're not good enough. Just let go of the hold on your own self to other people, and let the universe bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them in. Because once you let go of old, it's just opening up new to come on in. And I've seen it happen. It's like my life has came in waves, you know. It's like groups of friends just Like, I was in high school, I had those friends, I had that girlfriend. Then I went away to college, that girlfriend, new friends, that all stopped. Then it was a new girl, new friends. I mean, I don't really have many friends at this point, and I don't think I'm supposed to. But lately, I've actually ran into so many like true spiritual teachers and spiritually aware human beings that are showing me a lot of it's okay where you're at, and it's okay that you're losing people, because everybody else tells me that it's wrong, and I'm not facing certain things about myself, and it's like, maybe that's what I am doing, and that's why I'm losing all of you. You know, because we don't vibrate on the same frequency anymore. We don't have that love where it's like pure, like Barney episode, like we all love each other, we're one big happy family, because that's the only way that it can be. I can't not I can't not connect with people that I don't trust anymore. That's how much I trust myself. I've been connecting with people that I trust with my entire life, and I've known them for a week. That's what happens when you up your frequency. You will catch that frequency. And don't fake your happiness. Don't fake your sadness. Just be real. Be you. Everything will come in at the right time, as long as you hold that belief and hold that truth. It is a truth. And I've seen it in my own world, so it's not like I'm just saying like this is what this is what could happen. Like, this shit happened in my life. So the universe will pretty much, I asked for a goddess to enter my life. I asked for the perfect love. And it came to me when I was ready to grow, not when I was ready to live happily ever after with somebody, you know, because that's bullshit. You don't just meet someone and it's gonna be all fucking melancholy, what is it, zippity doo dah, like beauty for eternity with no problems. And they say that can happen with a soulmate, but it's not. I've had a soulmate, and I understand the compatibility, the soul connection in a way, but it's not it's not for your greatest good, in my opinion, because there's a limit on it. If there's a limit on the love that you're sharing with another human being, then it's not the highest. People think that marriage or being boyfriend and girlfriend or like solidifying it through a word or a church or that most people don't even practice through. They just go to, they get blessed through a Catholic church or whatever church it may be, and they don't even practice that religion. Or it's all for this idea that the love will be greater when you give your vows to a person. And I'm sure in that moment that you have, yeah, there's definitely a truth that comes with that. And it does for like those moments where you kind of fake it, you know, and say like, yes, I agree to everything that this priest is saying, and it's just beautiful what we have. But then the truth is that there's something missing. You feel like there's just something missing with that person. Or is there something greater out there? Is there something greater for me? And this is later, because it's like, with most relationships, it's like I love this person where they are, and they love me where I am, and I'm looking outside, you know, I'm looking. I don't feel completely fulfilled, because I could look at another person and find that lust and that I could find that same connection outside, just as my counterpart could. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm trying to say that, like, whatever, like, so if you're in one of those relationships where it's like you kind of like you did it to satisfy what everybody else is doing and satisfy what others satisfy what you believe is like love, but you don't really feel it inside completely with the person you're with. It's a problem, and it's not to be solved other than through your own soul growth. You start to step out. And I remember with one of my exes, I started to experience spirituality, and I started to experience God, and she did not like it. She didn't really understand my consciousness. She didn't understand where I was coming from with my words, my thoughts. And I realized, like, now looking back, that in those moments, that's where I knew that we were just soulmates, and we learned lessons, and we can still live our lives civil, and we do. I mean, what I'm saying is that I don't have this hate towards her. I don't have this fuck you, go die mentality that I once had. Hello, Melina, how are you? It's good to see somebody on the live feed. I don't have that feeling that I once had, like, sorry, I'm just rambling. Yeah, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. And I would love to hear yours, by the way, if you ever want to talk. But what was I saying? Oh, so I knew that there was a point in that relationship where we got to great. You're lucky. We're lucky. It's getting exciting now, because I feel like I'm consciously aware of the journey, and I can easily navigate through the turmoil now. It's not like, it's really good. It's these are the better days for sure for my journey. Yeah. So when I was in a relationship, this was in college, it kind of like, it had its climax, and that was it. And then it was like, oh my God, like, we left each other, but I had such a codependency about it, even though I knew what I needed to do. I needed to grow outside of that relationship. on my own. There was actually a psychic who told me that I was going to let go of everybody and go down a path on my own, and that's exactly what happened. There was like a year and a half of that, and then I met my twin flame, and we kind of like brushed it off. We had like a vibe we caught when we met each other, but it wasn't until like her birthday later down the road that we really connected. It was about maybe like a year, 2 years later, a year and a half. And then it's been 2 years of major growth and turmoil that I'm just coming out of. And I had a lot of health issues that I've dealt with since my teen years. But all I'm saying is about this is that you literally will attract exactly who you are. If you got bullshit, you'll attract bullshit. If you are true to yourself, but there's some bullshit, you'll get true to yourself, but some bullshit. And clearing that needs to be done. And when you both clear it out, that's when you know, is when you're with someone who's very understanding of their existence and they want to be better for themselves. And you may not be a part of that at first. You may not be, or maybe in the beginning, it's like twin flames. Whoa, this is incredible. I don't know who else I need to talk to. Who else do I want to talk to? Nobody, because this is fucking incredible. And then, I know in my situation, the shit I was holding in and not talking about came to the surface, and then it was like the lack of trust, and I felt so much shame that I started to become a giver and giver and giver and giver. And then the frequency that would come back was take. And I never, there was no balance. And up until like right now, like yesterday, 2 days ago, I've been afraid to lose her because I felt guilt for what I did in the beginning of our connection. And I felt like I always needed to show her how much I cared, but it just turned into a poor codependency thing. And I'm understanding that because I'm giving to myself now completely. And I told her, like, I need that. I need to just be focusing on myself, because there's a lack in our connection. And it's not that it's not that it's either of our faults. It's just we're both human beings going through a lot, and it became like a dependency thing for each of us. And we don't, like, neither of us realized it. We would argue, we would fight, we would give each other the same frequency. And divine timing, all that it is when you both come into alignment with your highest self, and the understanding that God is with you through this whole journey, and you are creating through him or her or it, whatever. That's when you're going to come into divine union with your twin flame, is what I believe. And I've experienced it, and I know that there's a lot of other people that are, like this fine woman, I forget your username, but there's a lot of people waking up to this frequency. And when you are ready, you will have that. And you got to get off of the societal bullshit, because it's just, we don't need to feel guilt or shame, or that's what we will run into, is people that make us feel that way if we feel that way. Guilt, shame, focusing on anything except our higher purpose and our greatest good. When we focus on that on the day-to-day, it's fucking incredible. I've literally watched myself come out of the deepest, darkest fucking depression, the deepest physical ailments. I couldn't walk. Like, I was like 22 years old, I couldn't get out of bed. Like, I've had serious shit happen. I've had, like, I was tripping on LSD and had a stroke. And then, like, a year later, I meet the fucking person that changes it all. That shows me that I have to change it all inside of me. I can't look outside of myself for anything to change. I can't judge other people for anywhere that they are or anything that they offer that is, because what I'm judging is what I don't like about myself always. If we're judging, God bless you, Melina. And this is awesome. This is awesome that I'm connecting with you, that I'm connecting with new people that are on my frequency and they understand. What does TQ mean? I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, maybe? Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Got it. So this is what's happening is I've joined like a twin flame community called Twin Flame Universe, and all that I'm connecting with, wow. That's so cool. And that's it. Like, I feel like we all need to stand together and understand that we are the spiritual warriors and we are on that frequency and we're growing even stronger together. And when we can sit here and have these conversations together, there's nothing that can stop this army. There's no hate, because we don't feel it inside. If we don't feel that fear also, if you have fear of abandonment, especially for those who have twin flames, if you have fear of abandonment in your life, no matter how much you love the person, how much they love you, that will show up. Just like if you have the fear of another, like I had the fear that my twin flame would talk to the person she was with before me, her false twin, and I would see his name everywhere. I would obsess over them hanging out. They would go see each other. Once I realized that it's my shit, that I was creating it, I literally changed my whole world. I started to focus on loving myself and understanding that, like, just letting go, and I slowly have, and now it's just like game on. Like, so then I started to, like, I stopped focusing. Like, if I would see his name, I wouldn't get angry. I would just be like, okay, like, maybe, like, whatever. If she wants to choose to do that, she can go hang out with that person. And and since that, like, so many signs have just been given to me, and so many, like, she stopped talking to him, came out of a lot of situations that have held me back, and I've watched the good come from just letting go and releasing the craziness inside of my brain and living through my heart space. And that's what I'm doing now, is just living in my heart space and, like, going full throttle now, because it's like, why was I holding back so much shit? Like, and I was so afraid to tell her, like, when I'm having these thoughts, and I'm just like all paranoid, like hanging out with her, like she's talking and I'm not really listening. I got, like, oh my God, crazy just illusions going on in my reality, and crazy fears of what she would think. And yeah, it was I'm coming back too. Like, I was in a place of, like, really bad health too, so, like, the obsessive, like, bad, like, negative thought patterns and everything that I thought were so true, it's like, holy shit, like, I could have died, but God had my back. Like, I was in the hospital because of my negative behavior, and then, like, I would smoke weed and it would just drive my anxiety up. I had low testosterone, so I was taking, like, not Viagra, but it was like, I forget what the name is. But it was all fucking crazy, you know? Like, you think, like, everything outside of you is what can fix you, and it's like, no, it's really in here. Like, it's completely in your heart space is where everything heals. And you will connect with other divine beings like yourself. But I just don't want to like, I don't want to hold this in anymore. I want it to come out to the people, and it's freeing up my journey. Is not, I'm not even in union yet. I still got a lot to heal, and I told her that. And I don't know if it's understood. I know that I am the awakened twin, but like, we're both going through it, you know, we're both going through very similar things together because we're on the same frequency. And that's what this is all about, is just whatever. Like, I've been giving money more. And I'm not afraid of money. I don't have this fear that I don't have enough. I just feel like so honored to be alive, so honored to be here and given this mission, so honored to have such a divine person enter my life. Whether they know it or not, they have connected with me and taught me so much, and showed me how to teach myself and how to learn for myself, and not to look out and judge myself so much based off of what other people have and what other people are doing, and just loving myself for the soul that I am, and nothing more, nothing less. And if you understand that whatever frequency you are putting out into the universe will come back to you, then you're understanding that this can be heaven on earth. And this is heaven on earth. We are coming from a higher consciousness, a higher dimension, and we are here. All of us can unlock this, and we are here to manifest all beautiful things and beautiful people into our life. We create our own worlds together. Our own world. It's your world. It's nobody else's. Nobody can tell you what you can't do. Nobody can tell you what you can't accomplish spiritually on your journey. Everything is here for you. We look at people with success money-wise, and I was doing it for a long time because I thought that I didn't have my divine feminine because I wasn't enough financially. And then I kept getting answers that said, you ain't shit financially, dude. You'll never be enough. I was told I had sexual dysfunction, and I kept getting told that we are not compatible sexually. I fixed that inside of myself. We're compatible sexually now. It's so fucking simple and fun. It's getting to the point where it is so fucking fun to be alive. I don't even, and it's so fun right now to just like, oh man, to just talk about the frequency I'm on, the frequency that we can all be on, and that there's enough for all of us to just go get, to go take for our highest good. We're not doing it out of greed. We're not doing it out of ego. we're just being human beings completely, and understanding the depth of our consciousness, and that there isn't a limit on love. And that's it. There isn't a limit on love. And that, when you understand that, you can understand that there isn't a limit on all of the beauty inside of you that you can create. You can do the things that you've always dreamed of doing when you love yourself completely, because there's no judgment. There's no judgment with love. There's only judgment with fear. And we all are brothers and sisters, no matter where we're from, what we like. Well, based on what we like, we usually like our frequency. What we like spiritually, we will connect with, but like the superficial shit, like that's all, that doesn't matter. And what our social status is or was doesn't matter. If we can understand that we are just, and I'm just really opening up to this part, you know, like I've been very closed off. I've been very afraid to speak my truth. I've been very afraid to be judged. I've been very afraid of a lot of things, death. And it's like, I'm so afraid of death. I was manifesting my death. That I was manifesting my health issues. And I'll admit that, you know, like I'll admit that. Like, that is great that I can understand that now, you know, like that I can understand that going vegan, and I started to do yoga a little bit when I was over in Germany and I first started talking to my twin. I did some yoga. I need to get back on that. I need to get back into some things, but it's like I understand it's all frequency, and I meditate all the time. I just learned the mirror exercise, which is like when you talk about the blame towards your twin flame, and you'll say like, my twin flame doesn't love me and doesn't see me for who I am. And then it's like you rewrite it and you'll say like, I don't love myself or see me for who I truly am. And then you ask yourself like if there's truth to it, and then if there is, it's kind of like, it's just like a mirroring effect. Like whatever we're projecting out, there's something inside of us that we need to fix. And it's just like when you start to say those things that are pissing you off about someone or something, it's just something is pissing you off about you, and you can heal it inside with your, and it heals your twin flame as well, because they can't not grow with you. And I feel like a lot of the people who are in twin flame relationships, either they're not really opening up to their own growth completely, and that's it. That's actually it, because if they are, they would understand that the love from a false twin, it's not divine. It's not, there's greatness in soulmate relationships, false twins, whatever, like there is greatness in that, but it's not everything. And you'll know with the frequency that the person you're on, if your frequency's moving up, their frequency's moving up. And if you're not in contact with them, just understand that the separation consciousness is something that you need to heal, and that we all fall into, you got dead skin, we all fall into the idea that like with the readings and everything of like the physical world, like my twin is not with me, but it's like he's not with you or she's not with you because you're not with you inside. You need to create the union, the highest frequency you can every day. And when that twin is ready to come call you, they will call you up. And I haven't dealt with twin flame separation for more than 2 days, and I went nuts every time and thought the world was ending. And it kept reoccurring. The same patterns will keep reoccurring until you break them, because it's all about your frequency. Yeah, I'm so happy that you stayed in this video for this long, and I've never done a video this long, but this is my first one that I went over like 20 minutes, I think, and it was 40 minutes. So this is great. And I want to do this more, and I just hope that we can build a strong community, as I am connecting with twin flames. If you go on Facebook, I'll put my Facebook link in the profile, and then if anybody wants to add me on Facebook, add me and then message me, and we'll get you in the twin flame group, so you could just join the community, meet beautiful people. There's job opportunities, but first off, there's healing opportunities, and then comes life purpose, which is where you're on that frequency of where your dream job comes into play, and you get to start to be a therapist for people that go crazy like I did and lose their shit and almost die. But then, yes, please. Okay, great. I'll leave my Facebook information, and I'm excited to connect with you, and I love you, and I'll be back with more content, and it was great talking. Have a good